Yeah, man, this is gonna be an interesting last 13 days. I'm here for all of it. So many things going on, man. We got seating to the side. We got playing places to the side. And 94 Feet Life is here for all of it, man. Look, Freestyle Monday. We told y'all for the rest of the regular season, until the playoffs here, we freestyling. No agenda, no script, no pre-recorded. We just going off the top of the dome. Big Shot, Germ, Trav, Ham probably be joining us here in a few. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. 94FT of Life if you are on Instagram. 94FEET of Life with the one on the end if you're on Twitter. And of course, it's all under the scene umbrella. Trav, Germ, 13 days left in this regular season, and we don't know a whole lot. Be it playoff matchups, who's in, who's out. So, Trav, I'm gonna just start with you. We sometimes for that reason we don't start with you too much. So we're gonna start with you this time. East or West, you can go either conference, man. Just stuff that you're observing as we head down the stretch.
Man, I can't go no. I gotta. We got some stories to tell in this West. We got some stories to tell in this West for real. We already know who have clinched a spot, which are the Jazz, the Suns, and the Clippers. Everybody else is still playing themselves into certain spots. And y'all want to hear it? Here it goes. The Lakers may be in trouble. We had a couple of things that was talking about as far as the injuries. We all know injuries are important in this game of basketball, especially the nutrition part and just staying healthy, especially now you fighting COVID and everything. The Lakers are in a playing spot. Who would have thunk that?
Yeah.
Who would have
Yeah,
thought
as we
about
are
that?
recording this tonight, the Lakers are in the play-in spot, which had we talked about this in December, I would have never, even with the Anthony Davis injury, I would have never thought they would be in the play-in. But then, of course, Trav, you talked about it. LeBron, 21 straight games with the high ankle sprain. Um, Dennis Schroeder now apparently is under the COVID protocol. It looks like he's gone for the rest of the regular season.
That was bound to happen.
Yeah,
Bound to
Dennis kind of been active in these streets,
happen. Very active.
unfortunately. So obviously, you talked about Trav. Health is the big factor. But Jeremy, I know you said you were watching them Sunday night, and yes, obviously health is big, but there are some things right now they are really struggling with on the defensive end of the floor.
Absolutely. I have never seen a team like, let me just say it like this. I haven't seen a LeBron team like this. I don't know ever. Like they struggle with so much stuff defensively that you just don't normally see. Like pick and roll, man, that 15, that 3 to 10 foot area is for the pickings with the Lakers. Because
Mm-hmm.
Drummond drops. What Drummond does is if he's either too high or he's too low. So I think the thing that makes this interesting is you got to find the right place for him to play. AD is still there defensively, but AD is normally where? On the ball. So once that pocket pass comes after the screen and we get the roll man, I'm just noticing that they're not, it's not the same thing. And then I seen that dribble handoff play. Kyle Lowry was making it rain though. I shouts out to him. Captain Kyle was putting them on the floor last night. It was crazy. Every time the Lakers took a little run, I seen Kyle hit a big three or Kyle with a big layup. Um, Siakam and him, I think, combined for like 80 points. it, it was a 2-man show. It was like that, So dribble handoff. I mean, every team runs dribble handoff. Every team runs pick and roll. That's going to be the biggest thing. And if you're looking at this from this perspective, playing against the Jazz or the Suns with the Jazz running the 4-and-1 out, that's going to be a big part of what the Lakers are going to have to be able to stop. And then that action is getting people open in the corners, on the wings. So this is definitely one of those teams where you say, hey, I'm not saying that they're bad or they can't overcome things because they still have ultimately, LeBron, and they still got AD, but it's going to be a lot harder this year than it was last year.
If you can't handle Kyle Lowry and Siakam, you're going to have real problems when you got to face the Grandmaster, Chris Paul.
Whew.
When you got to face Donovan Mitchell in the pick and roll, you're going to have a real problem. Yeah, I mean, you're waiting on help, but sometimes, Trav, I know we've seen this, sometimes it just doesn't come together. Sometimes it's just one of them years.
It's one of,
but it just doesn't. It never comes together.
Right. Especially a year like this, you started getting new people trying to buy into that system in a span of a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month. You just got Drummond about what, a month ago?
Yeah,
close to a month ago. It's tough, especially with the defensive assignments and the way they play defense. It's gonna take its bumps, but you don't want to be taking bumps like this towards the end of the season like this, because you coming in limping to the playoffs or just limping to the play-in.
Right, the play-in.
You limping to the right now. You're in a position where you limping to the play-in, and how does that play-in scenario works right
so
now?
It's 7-8. It's 7-8, and then it's 9 versus 10.
Go back for a second, Jerm. Let's if the playoffs was to start today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you like this. If that 9 seed was to jump up, Houston, well, not even Houston, Lakers, you may have a problem. Because you talking about somebody that's hot. He's hot. Steph Curry is hot. Steph Curry is hot.
Yeah, Lakers Warriors playing gets interesting if the Lakers can't get healthy. It gets, as you talked about, Trav, the hottest player in the league. And and that's in that playing scenario where you got to win once, win twice. That's tough. So that's the West. I think it's shaping up interesting. You got the Lakers struggles right now. You have Phoenix, who right now with the tiebreaker for the first seed. Mm-hmm. You got the Nuggets and the Clippers, who are gonna kind of flip flop 3 and 4. Looks like, man. So
Nuggets on the tiebreaker. That big shot too.
Nuggets with the tiebreaker. So it's an interesting last 2 weeks, man. And boy, this is not what if you had told me this was going to be the sign, well, we always talk about what we're going to sign me up for. If you had told me we were going to sign up for Lakers in a play-in and Phoenix with the 1 seed, I'd have been like, you are tripping. But we are very much looking at that.
And look at these next 4 games. These next 4 games on that schedule is brutal. You got the Nuggets tonight. You got the Clippers on Thursday. On Friday, you got the Blazers. And on Sunday, you got the Suns. So you don't get, it's no rest here when it comes down to it. I think, knowing the Lakers, you just have to call it what it is. It's still the NBA. We can still see them going 2-2 realistically through this stretch. I think, Portland is one of those teams that anybody can beat on any given day, with them being a jump shooting team. But they got something to play for. And what we learned last year in the bubble is when they got something to play for, that's when it's Dame time.
Yeah.
So that's another problem. And we just said screen and roll. What do these teams, all them teams that we just showed, do a lot of what? Screen and roll.
They're gonna do that high screen. They're gonna have that high screen and pop, high screen and roll, high screen and dive. They gonna do all that. And you were just saying the four. I mean, you count the Knicks in. That's five.
The Knicks playing
Five.
for something. The Knicks are right
Five.
there. We're gonna talk
I
about
just here we go. I just said till next week on Sunday.
Those folks got the Lakers gotta come with it, man. They're gonna have to play with pain. They're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to they gotta fight. They gotta fight.
It's coming down to like this. Shouts out to everybody in the comments, and everything like that. Nick, our guy Nick, man, shouts out to him. He's loving the Lakers struggles, but he said something here that I do want to address real quick. Drummond is the worst defensive center in the league. I can't agree with you there, man. It's not the fact that he's the worst. It's just the Lakers don't know what to do with him yet. Which this is just one of them situations where certain situations, and Big Shot, I'm gonna pass it back to you. Certain things that people think automatically are gonna fit because he's playing next to AD and he's playing with LeBron. That just certain things don't fit. And the thing about it is, if Drummond is not scoring, can he be on the floor?
And I think that's one of the issues they've had all year. Previous to the health issue is figuring out what front court piece. Now it's obvious when it's LeBron and it's AD,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but who is the other player? Because you look at Harold, you look at Twin, you look at Drummond, you look at Kuzma, you look at Gasol.
That's five.
Who's the other piece that you play with them?
And they haven't figured it out this whole
They haven't figured it, and they haven't figured it out. And if you look at, so come play-in time, playoff time, when you shorten your rotation, at least three of them guys are not going to be in the rotation. That's and you have, so they have some things, like, I think if you're Frank Vogel, these last 13 days, yes, you want to be healthy, but he got to figure out how he going to, those five that we just named, he got to figure out who's going to play. Come postseason.
That's it. I mean, Drummond was ready to go, but I don't think he just fit that style of play at this point.
Hey, shout out to a guy in our comment, Emmett Davis. He actually said
Drummond
said he don't fit their style of play. And I don't disagree with that. I'm inclined to agree with that for two reasons. And one of those reasons is it's not a personal thing when it comes to the Lakers. It's just certain pieces just don't work sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's okay. Like everybody was complaining about Drummond. Drummond would have fit Brooklyn a little bit different because he wouldn't have been asked to score. He would have literally been catching lob passes. With no LeBron on the floor, it takes away from Drummond's what? His ability to do what exactly he's doing. So all that looting and the riot you was doing in Cleveland, where you get the ball off the backboard and you get to bring it up and be the point center, that you can't do that on this team.
No, when you as every play, as Kevin Love found out, Chris Bosh found out, even a role when you are the third man with LeBron James. This is not even hating on LeBron before anybody gets it. The third man has a real specific skill set. And if you are the big with LeBron James, your role is actually to shoot the basketball.
It's been like
basically Kevin Love and Chris Bosh essentially became stretch forwards. They were all-star players, big numbers in their past, and had to become stretch forwards. They had to become stretch forward and defend the perimeter. And Kevin Love, not a great defender, but he was adequate. Chris Bosh, a very good defender at the perimeter. Andre Drummond doesn't shoot the basketball
at all.
So if he doesn't shoot it, With LeBron and AD, how does he help him?
It's not.
Which is why, for me, Twin becomes the guy now.
But he got to show. He got to show.
Twin becomes the guy to play with them because Montrezl Harrell also non-shooter.
These are screen and roll guys that you use to. You know what these are? These are Tristan. These are glorified Tristan Thompsons in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And that's not to knock them and say that they bad players. It's just saying in a playoff scenario, even though that maybe fits because it becomes more of a half-court game, there is no team that we see on this screen right now, none, that cannot run. That's going to be a key here, running. And with LeBron having a bad ankle, you can kind of tell it's bothering. So that's all I'll say with that. Let me ask a question. Let's ask a question. Let's switch it from the Lakers. What matchup do you feel if we were to get would be the best first round matchup? If the playoffs were to start today, give me y'all favorite matchup. Go ahead in the comments as well.
Jazz and Grizz.
No, it wouldn't be Jazz and Grizz. It would be Suns and Grizz.
No. Yeah, Suns. No. I'm looking at that wrong. Hold on. Let me look at this.
I'll tell you what becomes a fun.
You know what? 4-5.
4-5.
4-5. 4-5.
The Clippers and the Mavericks. And the Clippers beat them last year 4-2. But the Mavericks are a handful offensively.
Exactly.
Like the Mavericks will score 120.
Easy.
And they have a player who Luka has become one of them dudes. He's just such a tough dude to defend because he's like another Harden. He's like Harden in Houston, where he's just gonna put constant. He has the ball the most.
He's
just gonna put constant pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting to the step back, whether he's getting to the free throw line, whether he's making something happen for somebody else. And we saw last year in that series,
made it tough.
Luka gave them all of the problems. Every problem. And the Clippers. So to me, looking at that would be a fun series. I think the Mavericks
that may go 7 games.
They probably take them to 7.
What was it? 6 last time, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It was a hard 6.
It was a hard 6. Luka wasn't going in that bubble. You think he hit a shot? You think he hit a tough shot against the Grizzlies when he stepped 1 foot? Oh, ask Bobby Shmurda, aka Reggie Jackson, what happened. Ask him what happened.
Yeah.
Gun line. Bow.
That would be your rough series. What be with Jeremy? You think Clippers, man? What would be your series?
That was mine because I don't. You know what? The one matchup that I think is the most detrimental matchup is the Porzingis matchup. They have no answer for him on the perimeter. But then on the flip side, like we talked about last year, defensively, when Porzingis is on the floor, Dallas don't got no. I mean, Dallas can't do much.
Yeah, Dallas.
So it's like
as much as Porzingis can give them offensively, it's like his offensive value and defensive value, it like
cancel each other
cancel each other out. Because what he'll give you on offense, he give you that on defense.
And just to take it a step further, this year the Clippers actually have better options, which with mobile bigs with DeMarcus, who is on their team this year, and on top of that, they also have Serge Ibaka, which Serge is an excellent guy to be able to get to spots and those type of things and make it hard. So I'm interested to see how this all goes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's definitely Big Shot. That's definitely the matchup that everybody want to see. Yeah. I mean, some people are gonna say the Lakers and the Jazz, rightfully so. But man, that matchup there, that's when you
Clippers Mavericks is tough.
oh, that's a tough series for anybody.
Clippers Mavericks tough. Let's look at the East. Let's pick out a favorite. Because I think the East, there's some intriguing things in the East. And the series that I really like. So there's two. I tell you the series I really like off the top would be if the Celtics get out of the play-in and end up with the Nets.
Well, they would probably have to stay in the play-in because the Nets are going to be one or two. I like that matchup, but let me give you a real interesting one. And I don't know what it is, but this matchup has been on my mind all weekend. Okay. Give me 6'10" Jason Tatum versus the Greek Freak. Yeah, Trav, I'm on your.
Hey, you talk about hot. Now we talk about Curry been hot.
Mm-hmm.
The second hottest player in the league has been 6'10".
Dude ain't 16.
Trav, man, let the Celtics PR staff live.
Man, even Bird got killed being 16.
But they are dangerous. They are dangerous, man. Boston in an early round is really dangerous because they got two dudes that could really fill it up on you. With Tatum, Brown, they have Kemba as the third. Like, they have three guys who in an early round series. I don't think Boston's going to make the run they made last year. But early in the playoffs, Boston would not be a fun matchup.
That'll be a very tough one for the Nets. But it's again, health. That's gonna be the main thing because KD gonna be there. Kyrie gonna be there. When James get there, that's when the problem starts for the whole Western Conference. That's when the problem starts. I mean, Eastern Conference. Sorry about that. Eastern Conference.
Oh, you good. He's been playing on the West his whole career, Trav.
That's where the problem starts for the whole Eastern Conference. I'm talking about every team from 1 to 15. He's the number one problem.
And to add to that, Trav, this is the thing that I've noticed too, and I'm gonna tell you this because I've seen it. Harden has seen every team in the league once with this team that he has. The beautiful part is he hasn't seen all of them with a healthy Kevin Durant and a healthy Kyrie.
Right.
So just imagine what some of those shots are going to look like that he's passing a TLC in the corner, but that's going to be Kevin Durant. That's and Kevin Durant, and speaking of the hottest, Kevin Durant ain't been back a week yet, and he didn't have 40 twice.
His last two national teams.
He been hot, but the Bucks done found something there. I think the Bucks have found a little formula because again, this is not last year. Eric Bledsoe is not there no more. Jrue Holiday makes that much of a difference.
Story.
It's a different story. You can't build that 3-2 zone and close the fence on Giannis no more. You got to guard somebody. And Giannis got your favorite center one-on-one. He got your favorite forward one-on-one. He got your guard one-on-one. And that's all he wants. All he wants.
Let's have some fun, though. What's the Milwaukee Bucks' best lineup to close a game? So we got Greek. So let's be we all in agreement.
You got Greek. You got Greek. You got Jrue. You got PJ Tucker.
Do you want PJ Tucker, or do you want somebody else? Because of course, well, let's put Middleton on here too. Let's put
Middleton. Listen to me on this. I got Greek, PJ Tucker, Jrue Holiday, Chris Middleton, and I gotta put twin Lopez. I gotta go with Lopez. That's my best five to close the game. Yes.
Now, are we trying to close the game out on the defensive end? Or are we trying to close? Because I think offensively, I would take PJ out
Offensively,
and put in
offensively,
and put Portis in for PJ.
you know what? And that's when you go offensively. Call Bobby Portis have been shooting that corner three with the best of them.
That's why I asked that question, because you know what I seen the other night? I seen Portis being missed a little bit with that corner three, because I seen Connaughton missing a lot of jumpers. He hit one later on in the game, but that was a problem. Brook, I seen Blake take Brook kind of out of his game a little bit because of that dynamic there where they have to guard him on the perimeter. So Tucker, that's going to be real interesting. I'm not against it. I'm actually kind of on the same thing. I only player that I didn't use is Tucker. I said Portis instead of Tucker.
I mean, if he, I done seen PJ Tucker is a momentum type of guy. When everything is rolling and he's spotting up, he can hit that corner. He can hit that corner shot. You leave him in the corner. But once he missed 2 or 3 you can't just stick with it that long. That's when Bobby Portis comes in at. But Bobby Portis, he plays both ends of the court just as well. So yeah, but me personally, off jump, I'm going PJ Tucker. I'm going PJ Tucker on this.
The Bucks have some interesting pieces they can throw out there, and like you said, Trey, they kind of quietly, steady, kind of held on. They haven't had too many ups this season. They haven't had too many downs. They've been very steady throughout most of the year. We got our man Jay Ham joining us live from Planet Bluff. We talking about Ham right now. What some of these matchups could look like in the playoffs, and we talking about the Bucks and how they match up with Brooklyn, possibly. Just kind of your thoughts, man, with the East. Because we talked about the West a little bit. We may go back to the West so we can get you in a little bit, but some of the things in the East, some of the non-Brooklyn issues in the Eastern Conference right now.
Well, as I sit here and I prepare to watch the Knicks, who we all know they ain't shit beef, they prepare to take on the Grizz, and very likely they can get the season series sweep over the Grizz. Don't know what kind of real threat they are in terms of. I say this: they gonna compete and they gonna make things muddy, and I'm gonna be right there rooting for them because I know they ain't shit. That's just the way I feel about it. I'm rocking with the Knicks.
Knicks and the Hawks will be the series. You know, and y'all know how to back in the. You know the series that gets put on NBA TV. That one series that they never show on ESPN.
Right.
That's gonna be the Knicks and the Hawks, and it could be a fun series. It actually might be a lot of fun.
It might be a whole lot of fun, but it's. And I heard y'all talking about the Bucks and Drew and the other additions that they got there. In the words of my guy Big Junior, we need more people. We need more people. I'm not buying it. You got to holler at me. They got to show me. And it's not I'm being disrespectful to them. It's just we've seen the storyline. We've seen that kind of the past couple of years. Bring me something different. When the entree card come around, the dessert card come around, have something different on this now for me this time. Let me see something else as opposed to a meltdown, which it happened, but it just makes you think that they maxed out with what they got. Now, I know Coach Bear ain't going to be feeling that because Coach Bear came on here last week and he was waving the beating. He was repping Milwaukee so tough. I thought he was on the episode of Laverne and Shirley. Just straight up. I almost called him an
Milwaukee too.
Right, man. But that's like that Coach Barry. I felt him. I understood where he was going with that, but I still it's one of those where it's like they just got to show and prove. you know. And that's whether they see Philly, Brooklyn, Miami again, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case
Yeah,
may be.
that becomes a tough series. We talk about series that we were looking forward to. Heat Bucks Part 2.
Hell, hey, you can sign me up for that one. You can sign me up for that one. No
We know
bubble, no bubble.
We know the Heat. Still the gritty, grimy Heat.
I love these matchups. I ain't gonna lie. I like all of these matchups in the East, except for the Hornets and the Sixers. Only
No,
because
no.
what you
That
mean?
was gonna be fun.
You know why? You know why I hate it?
Why is that?
Because Joel Embiid, there's just nothing that I feel like that could be one of them series that dude just he could average 50 in that series if he
You know
wanted to.
what? You know what? I'm gonna tell you this.
But I'm here for my rookie. Y'all know I'm here for my rookie.
Push the skin off the ball if you the Hornets. Push it.
Well, they got the guards to do it.
They got the guards to do it. Exactly.
The series that I hate, if it happens, and this is where I'm gonna be on the side of LeBron James, and I hate to play in. I'm not looking forward to Pacers and the Wizards.
Oh yeah.
That's a one-off, though, right? Ain't that just a one game? That's a one game.
Well, you know, if the higher seed wins ones, it's over.
Over.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because they skull drugging them folks right now. It's 136 to 119,
I
and
think
it's
if
6
the
minutes to
Pacers-
go in the
I
game.
think the Pacers and the Wizards, and I'm playing. I think the Wizards will absolutely smack them because I think Russell and Brad
They going
come
full
out there
throttle. Full
and
throttle.
just hit the gas on them folks.
Since like 5 minutes ago, so I ain't gonna tell them what he had that. But they set a record for assists as a team in the first half. They had 27 assists in the half.
Yeah.
Russ got. Let me tell y'all how ignorant Rusty is right now. Russ got 22 assists, 19 rebounds, and he only took 4 shots and got 10 points.
Look, y'all, we talking about Russ in a good way.
The positive.
He got Russ is a savage.
Like this is crazy. Everybody on their team that didn't play except for one person got double figures. I mean, when I tell you they whooping up on these folks behind, they whooping off in some ass tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Karis LeVert and Sabonis both got 30 apiece, but after that, here we go. They didn't play 8 people. All 8 of them people, except for one, got 10 points at least.
Yeah.
The Pacers.
The Wizards and the Pacers would be an advertisement for not doing a play. Just don't do it.
It just
Anymore.
Russ in one of these type of games, I can deal with because you're gonna see a lot of him. A lot of him.
He have to have fun. He pushing the tempo. He throwing lobs.
He doing everything.
Yeah, he doing all the fun stuff, you know. And they high fiving and all the other cool shit that you like to, you know. They come with it.
And besides KD, I don't even count Paul George in that range because it was just Paul George wasn't that like that at Oklahoma City. But the man got a dude that can score just as much. And his points hit you tough in Bradley.
Yeah.
In a game like this, in a one game,
Yeah.
you're gonna either live by them two or die by them two if you
Now
watch.
in the next round, so is it possible that we get Brooklyn, Washington? Is that possible?
No, probably not.
I hope so though. I would love that.
No,
I would love it. I would love it.
Because I know, put it like this. I know for a fact that the Hornets wouldn't beat the Celtics in a series, in a play-in situation. The Celtics could easily win that one game real quick. The thing is, Wizards, when the Wizards have to beat the Pacers 2 games, and beat the winner of that other game in order to be the 7th seed?
I don't know. The play-in is confusing.
That play-in is confusing. We still on the
We
figure
still
out of that.
we've gone over this twice.
We're gonna find the science to this by
It's
Friday.
it's
We will
2
have
weeks,
this by Friday.
and it's 2 weeks away. So
We've been talking about this
I
since,
tell you what,
since we've
Hey,
been
next
cooking the
Monday-
plans.
next Monday, I'm gonna break down the play-in scenarios and how
Okay.
everything work out for everybody.
Next Monday,
Next Monday.
we will figure the play-ins there out. We have definitely worked on this for 2 weeks.
It's just it's crazy. Hey, but like y'all boy said, man, whoever made this need to be fired.
It was, let's talk about that. Listen, I feel him on that. Like, yes, is there part of him that thought he would never be a part of this? Absolutely. I'm sure his wildest imagination, LeBron James, never thought he would be in the play-in scenario. So I totally see that side of it. But to be fair about it, yeah, I'm not like, I get it. Y'all trying to avoid people avoiding tanking. I get that's the reason. But yeah, we can go back to 1-8 next year, please.
But
I'm not.
But here's what I got to say. I totally understand you, LeBron. But would you have said this if you were the 1st or 2nd seed?
No.
See, that's where the problem lies.
I'm gonna add something in on that. He could be in the play-in round. Probably still ain't picking the Lakers. I'm probably still not picking against the Lakers to get out of the West Conference. If he's healthy, that's the caveat to this.
So
Healthy to go, but I don't know. I'm not even that comfortable with that right now, man. If he comes out, he might not be the same again, and all this other. It's like, oh, it looks a little gas.
I want you to understand this when I say this, Ham, and I think you probably y'all know me by now to know that when I say this, it's gonna come from a sincere place. I think LeBron knows it's over.
I didn't want to say it. Glad you said it.
Oh, and
Worldwide.
from the back, from the back corridor.
Oh, I'll be right back. I got some smoke. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
So
He's
with
got
that being
smoke.
said,
it was coming.
But I want everybody to understand, LeBron, I think, knows that it's over. He's seen this team. He's looking at what they have right now. He's looking at the way that they're playing. He sees defensively that they can't lock down the way that they did last year, which that's going to be a big part of this. And the other thing is their best lineup is not their best lineup. Y'all did all that crying about Gasol, but Gasol did something and had a defined role that actually helped y'all.
Yep.
Now Drummond don't help you the same way. You thought getting a more mobile, agile, hostile big was good, but that ain't what it is. You probably need Gasol because he takes what? At least you can take him out the lane.
LeBron has been around this long enough to know when he got a championship team and when he don't. And he know this team is not it. And I think his frustration with the play-in is part of that. Because he knows his team, they just don't have extra games in them this year. They just ain't it. And
I mean, if they don't want to play in the play-in, they can always, forfeit the spot, give it up. If you feel that strong that bad, and you play stuff, you matched up against my Grizz, we ain't ashamed about taking no forfeit W. I'm just letting you know around here. We like made basketball. I was downtown the other day. I rode through there on Saturday. It was a beautiful scene. Bill Street needs that activity. That's all I'm trying to say. He can come on down for if they want to do a one game there, one game here, they can let us win in LA. They can come back and win this way, whatever. We set up 2 out of 3. I'm just saying, LeBron,
Hey, and that's another thing about the play-in, Jerm, to investigate. Are they gonna have to travel for this?
I think they are.
I'm thinking of course they got to travel. I think they got to travel to. If you the 8 seed, you got to go to the 7. If you 10 seed, you got to go to the 9.
No. So if you're the lower seed and you win the first game, you get a home game in the play-in.
We got some researching to do.
Yeah, man, we got to get this playing. We got to get this.
We got some research to do. We got some very much researching to do. But you know what? The thing about it is the Lakers last year was just so different. Last year's team was so much better. I'm talking about from your bigs to the guards. The thing that I question about the Lakers is, especially from last year, did that team wanted to stay together? The only person that probably would have left because he's just an asshole and he just do stuff like that is Rondo. Rondo was probably the only one that probably would have left the way he did because he just do stuff like that just to get where he at right now. He seen that Clippers move. He was a whole chess move away. He knew he was going there. He knew he was going. He knew he was going. But as far as like the bigs, man, Paul Gasol can get out there, but he's still baked chicken out there. Rotisserie gold. He's out there. You had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard that loved their roles as bigs there.
They were content with defending, screening, roll, and rolling to the basket.
Exactly.
They don't want touches. You ain't got to call nothing for them. They cool with this role.
They cool with their roles. Them guys, and like you were saying earlier, like when you play with LeBron and you're a 4-man that's been getting numbers at a whole nother team, but you come and play with him, it's that role. You're going to, when you play with LeBron, you're going to play a role. You're not going to be a ball player or it's only one person. It's only, well, I say 2. There's only 2 people that LeBron has played with, and they was still doing the things that they've been doing. That's Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving. They was just that explosive of ball players, and they were just so unique in their way that they can do what they do, and LeBron wouldn't mind it. But when you're on a LeBron James team, best believe you got a role to play, and it's gonna be very limited. But it takes your mind power to believe that you can be that role player and you can excel at that role.
Being the third guy with him is an adjustment.
Yes.
Kevin Love had to make an adjustment.
Chris Bosh
had to make an adjustment.
Anthony
and
Davis.
Andre Drummond is somebody who needed to make an adjustment, but
yeah,
it's just too late in the year. And now the things that Jerm has highlighted that he doesn't do well are coming to the forefront. The things that he's not. And it's gonna be wherever they end up, whether they end up in the play-in or if they end up in the 6th seed and they end up with Denver or the Clippers in the first round, it's gonna be rough. They're gonna have a really hard time winning a series just with everything that they have going on.
So when it comes down to it, my last question. If we don't get a healthy Lakers team, and of course, let's say that Luka and them come back, and what they do is they say, you know what? We're not letting the Clippers advance. No LA teams. Who is the best matchup for either the Sixers or the Nets coming out the East?
The 2017 Warriors.
Oh, okay. Well, and there you have it. So now we're gonna close the show. No,
I still think Utah, a healthy Utah team is gonna be. But like this, if the Lakers are truly done, I am picking Utah to win the West. That is my pick. And you can put that on film. Y'all like to pull receipts, pull away. If the Lakers are truly done, I am picking Utah to get out the West.
what about you, Trav?
I'm still sticking with the Clippers.
I said no LA team. No LA team.
Golly.
Yeah, I took the LA team.
I'm still sticking with the Clippers. You ain't doing it to me. No, hey, rules are meant to be broken.
Oh.
Tonight is the night that these rules are going. I'm not finna do that tonight. Tonight, the Clippers gonna be my pick. I don't care what you talk about these LA. No, give me the Clippers.
Ham, if LA is done, who you got?
Point blank, period. Gang. Because I would go with, like Trav said, you're not gonna put the gun in my back and not let me not pick the Clippers. That's just being real. But if you're gonna do that to me, I might as well roll with the turf. We might not even get out the play-in round, but hey, I'm gonna roll with the turf on that one. I'm just saying, because I'm not that excited about Denver in that way. Realistically, you'll be Utah. You know, just I want to be real about it, but I mean, Utah be the brain, the bluff will be the heart. That's just the way I look at it.
Can I ask this question?
Go ahead.
Why is nobody saying Phoenix?
Don't know.
I'm saying it.
Don't know.
It's more. You got to get. They got it. They got to get in there.
I'm not saying Phoenix because very rarely do you go from that bad to the finals. It almost never happens. Like in the NBA, there are steps to this.
Right.
This is true.
And if we're being real, which is something I got Coach Les and others have used the black mark, your best players never gotten that far either.
Well, when he got there, he had.
And when he got there, the hamstring issue, he couldn't get a chance to finish it. But even still, your best player never pushed you past that point. And I think to ask, even with Chris Paul, as brilliant as he's been, my MVP pick, to take a team and say, we're going to go from that to the finals. And this is not the East with Jason Kidd, and that was a terrible Eastern Conference. This is a very difficult conference. Talking about
the West.
I think it would be a hell of an accomplishment if he can do that. Because that's like, you talking about going from point A to point B. That's A to F.
Hey, but you know what though? For me, maybe not for Trav, maybe not for Les, maybe not for Garrett, but it gives me reason for them to root for them to do that. Considering because this is Chris we talking about. And he's always been maligned for that long, and they always choke and always this. But it's like if they get there, even if it's, because of Lakers' health, that's not their fault. That the Lakers' health fell off. Now, no matter. It's just part of
you can do about that.
And then you can do about that part. You just got to beat what's in front of you. And if they get that opportunity to do so, that'll be dope. That'll be a good thing.
Can that new team adjust to at least 4 to 7 games, night in and night out? That's just for one team. You gotta do this you gotta do this 3 times
Just to get to the last series, you
just
gotta
to
do it.
get to the finals.
Right.
Can that Phoenix team do that? Well, all new characters. Can
That's
they
the
shock?
part.
Can they shock some folks? Yes, I think they can shock some folks.
But see, here's the thing. It's not even a shot because you're the number 1 or 2 seed.
No,
So not
it's
only-
not that. It's not that the seed is shocking for the players. Like you ain't never seen Devin Booker. The West ain't
That's what
never
I'm
seen
saying.
Devin Booker in the playoffs. The West has seen Chris Paul, but have we seen Aiden? Have we
Nobody's
seen
been there.
Bridges?
Nobody's been there but him.
Exactly.
Nobody's
and Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder been there.
Him and all his equipment that he wears need to get out of my league.
Jay Crowder been there, and he played in the AFC Championship game.
That's what I'm
3-4.
about to say.
Rush
That's what I'm about to say. He played in the AFC West or something, man.
That man got so much equipment on, man.
And that's the thing I was saying on the post in the group is how do they deal with expectation? How you deal with it? How does this really young team, apart from Chris Paul, deal with
That's
snap?
a good question because I
We're
know
a
they
top
have,
2 seed, which means we're favored to get out of this thing.
You
and I
are
know
you
they
gonna
not
be
walking in there. They not walking in there with like we on the house money mentality.
right because
But
now.
they could. They could.
But here's the thing. They're being the hunter, and they're gonna become the hunted in a matter of 2 weeks.
That's true too.
You are.
But who got enough
You're-
to hunt?
You're expected to beat Portland in a round 1. You expected to
Right.
beat
You expect to beat them.
Which
Now, well, Portland, they got the
which
firepower to do so.
I mean, they got a man that can go get them for that night.
right.
They
But
can make
that,
it
and
very
that's
possible.
and that's the change that Phoenix will have to deal with is
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to beat Portland now. Round 2, let's say it's the Clippers. You're supposed to beat them.
You the underdog. No, they're gonna be they'll be the underdog and they're the highest seed.
But here's the thing. You number 2 now.
You the hunted now. You hunted.
Once you have the home court advantage in the series, you
You're
are
the
supposed
hunter.
to win that
You're
series.
supposed to win
You're supposed
because
to win that series
the NBA is set for the better team
to win
in
the
the
series.
series.
This is true. This is true.
So I think, to your point, Jerm, is who's the next best team? Who's going to deal with expectations?
Mm-hmm.
This is new Utah. See, this is the crazy part. LeBron and AD's health has now opened this door for everybody else.
Hmm.
Utah, Phoenix, and the Clippers. The door is open. As what Bruno and Anderson Paak say, they're gonna leave the door open.
Mm-hmm.
The door is open. You got a gimpy LeBron, the Lakers in trouble. What you gonna do with it? Utah ain't been there since Stockton and Malone.
To the conference finals or finals?
Ain't been to the finals since Stockton and Malone. I think they got to the conference finals
Yeah, Darren Williams have got
with
there.
Darren Williams now, but even still, you talking about you ain't been there in 14, 15 years.
That was in 07, so life can change. Jerry Sloan went home to glory. A whole lot of stuff changed since then. So.
So for Utah and Phoenix, the burden of expectation, the Clippers, after that flame out last year.
Now they know. Now they know.
This is really setting up for the most intriguing playoff we may ever see, gentlemen.
we don't ever wish injuries and bad health. But but the Lakers this has opened up for everybody.
They open it up. Yeah.
It shifted the storyline
It's
because
changed the story.
that don't nobody know where to go.
Dude, I think the Clippers got smacked in the mouth so tough. I think they probably done figured it out. Because last year shouldn't have
It's
happened.
embarrassing.
Shouldn't
It's
have happened.
embarrassing.
Do you want to feel like that again?
Kawhi ain't saying that. He ain't saying nothing else. He got to opt out after this.
He ain't signed no extension. Now Paul George didn't sign the extension.
Man, they gonna jump Paul George at home, man. He don't bring that heat.
But
That ain't gonna be a good business. Which I think he in for a hell of a playoff run too.
Paul's had a hell of a year.
And I'm hoping they
It's had
continue.
a really good year.
I'm hoping that they continue right over into the postseason because I ain't gonna say he deserved it. He just too damn good to not get it.
He's too gifted.
You're exactly right. He's too gifted, too talented, and too good to be
Right.
to have the playoff flameouts that he's had.
Right.
And as much as y'all know, I'm a Kawhi Leonard fan.
He the one I ain't worried about.
I'm not worried about him because that Clipper boat don't float until Paul George get the groove.
It's true.
When Paul is grooving, don't worry about Kawhi. That's the person I'm not worried about until the finals. Because if he win that crap, Kawhi red carpet, first ballot. Period.
It ain't quite the same, but it's almost a little similar, like where Mike was waiting on Scotty.
There you go.
It's similar in that way. That Mike was waiting on Scotty just to come up to that.
Just toughen up. Just toughen up.
Right.
Give me a look. Give me a good contribution. I'm gonna take care of the rest.
Right. There you go.
That's the most interesting part of this whole equation. I'm just sitting here just looking at this and just it's so crazy to me because, like I said, this is the year that I can realistically see some of these big name teams going home early. And both of these LA teams is going to be in for something because I think the Clippers need to find a way to get to that 3 seed. I think 4 is a little too low. That's just me.
Pull that
Especially
up.
in the West.
Pull that up for me one more time. Let me see something real quick. Because the 4 seed will play the lower end, so they'll be playing the 2 seed. Am I correct? If the playoffs was, they'll be playing the winner of the 2 and the.
No, it'll be one. It'll be
They'll
1
be
and 4.
playing, or they'll play the winner of the 1 and 8.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Now you look at this. You look at this very carefully. So they're gonna be on that top part.
NBA don't reseed.
Right. So you got Memphis and Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
If the seeding tells you correctly which the better team's supposed to win, that's Phoenix against the Clippers.
For the storyline, for the dramatics, I'll take it.
You gotta take it.
I will
That's what I want.
absolutely take it.
You got Chris Paul going at his former team.
Give me that. Chris Paul against his former team. We know Chris Paul and Rondo have a open dislike for each other. You have the disappointment of the Clippers last year, the rise of Phoenix. Yeah, I'll sign me up. Clippers and Phoenix would be a ton of fun.
Ton of fun.
Utah and Denver, the 3-1 flame out from last season.
Right back at it.
We
Right
get
back
right
at it.
back to it.
Without Jamal Murray, though. That's the kicker.
You want to know the interesting part of this? And I'm just gonna throw this out there. No Jamal Murray or Gary Harris. Gary Harris was the key to controlling and containing Jordan Clarkson later in that series. That's going to be interesting in general. Could we be in for another 7-game?
Yeah, no, the folks end up kicking them in the ass.
Well, Jordan Clarkson never shot a shot that he didn't like. But this year, he really doesn't. He really doesn't like. I mean, he really shoots any and everything.
I like Utah comfortably to beat Denver this year.
Right.
If that were the matchup. Utah, the Clippers becomes very interesting. Utah, the Clippers is a much dicier situation for Utah. Because you could arguably say in that series, yeah, Utah is the better team. But you could say the Clippers got the two best players in the series.
Clippers may have the two best players in the West.
They might have the two best healthy players in the West.
Exactly.
And so it becomes tight. These last 13 days, the jockeying in these last 13 days is going to be tough. And I'm looking forward to it. I think this, despite what happened on Sunday, I think in the East, I'm gonna watch all of it, fellas. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Tell me, just tell me who's playing Brooklyn in the East final.
I'm going Clippers, bro. I'm going Clippers.
No, in the East Finals.
In the East?
Sixers.
Oh, who's playing? I'm saying the championship, but I would go. Let me see that.
Because I think Brooklyn is going. Ham familiar with Moses Malone 4-4-4. Brooklyn gonna get the 4-4 part.
I'm going. I gotta go. I gotta go Sixers.
I think Brooklyn sweeps the first two series. I think they gonna 8-0 to start the series, to start the playoff.
That matchup has to happen, Big Shot. That Sixers and Brooklyn has to happen.
Unless they just, want to fuck off a game 1 or game 2. I
don't even think they could do if they wanted to. I think when you have Kyrie, Harden, and Durant, I don't even think you could do it if you tried.
That's a good point.
And it's all about James, though, man. It's all about James. Is he gonna be ready in about 2.5 more weeks?
I think so.
Is he gonna be ready?
I think if you Brooklyn, you sit him the first one.
Okay.
Man,
I don't think you need James Harden for Charlotte. Or you don't need James Harden for Toronto.
You gonna need him for Boston though.
It's gonna be interesting.
You might need him for Boston, but even you might lose a game to the Celtics. But the first two, I think they win the first 8. Honestly, I think they win the first 8 in play.
Hey man, when they cook it, man.
When they, as long as they got 2 of them 3, come on.
You got the best, in my opinion, the best player in the league. You have the best one-on-one player in the league, and you have the best left-handed player in the league.
They got the 3 of the best 5 offensive players in the league is on one team.
On one team.
They have the best catch and shoot dude in the league.
Period.
Right now.
Period.
Dirty Joseph Ingles Harris, the best catch and shoot player in the league. Look,
He let it ride.
I'm gonna do like MJ. I know we like MJ would be like, hey, I know y'all trying to talk yourselves into something else. We ain't doing that with bro.
Not. No.
We ain't,
No.
Brooklyn should not struggle.
Man, you spoke the devil up. God.
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, just like
Hey,
the
hey man, how's
Candyman.
y'all alkaline intake?
Hey, we getting our alkaline intake, MJ, because what I'm telling these people is that Brooklyn is gonna win their first 8 playoff game, no matter who they play.
Yeah. I mean, what, Indiana gonna give them a run?
Right? Come on, are you serious?
I mean, there ain't nobody. There's nobody in the East that's not named the Philadelphia 76ers that I'm even worried about for Brooklyn. And the only reason why I'm worried about them is because they got that mammoth of a big and Embiid. And even still, it's like they don't have the weaponry. So,
Sir MJ, I got a question.
I got to answer.
So no to the Bucks. You're out on the Bucks.
Okay, with the Bucks, this is what I say about just the game of basketball in general. High school, AAU, college, it's rewarded when you work hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the NBA, you want to be able to have it to where guys is scoring as simple as possible. The Bucks, to me, still work just too hard on offense to get a bucket. It's too difficult for them to manufacture buckets.
So again, I was, basketball watching on Sunday.
Yeah.
I watched Giannis knock down threes. I watched Giannis knock down half of the jumpers that they gave him.
Yeah,
Yet the game was still tight. They got points from Forbes, and Kyrie was on Ramadan, meaning no hydration, no nothing. Meaning no hydration, no nothing. So
that means his mucus levels down because he ain't eating anything that could provide the mucus buildup.
So with that being said, I watched that be a 1 possession game.
Yeah.
With James Harden.
Dog, man, you cannot win with just one dude doing everything, man. This is not how this league is built. You just can't do it. And, it probably was easy for Giannis to be able to manufacture those buckets because his shot was feeling good. But it's like now, when Giannis is hot, here's the fool's gold with it. Let's say Giannis just hit 4 threes in a row, which is dope. 4 possessions, Drew Holiday didn't touch it. Dante DiVincenzo ain't touched it. Chris Middleton, who we know need his reps, didn't touch it. So now, when they finally decide to blitz Giannis, or when Giannis decides to miss, or Giannis decides to kick it, now they in with 4 minutes running up and down the floor and not touching the ball. Now, listen to me carefully when I say this, because I want to make sure that I'm trying to explain this in a way in which everybody can understand. It's not that I don't like when a guy scores 50 or 60 points. It's not that I don't even believe a team can't win with a guy scoring 50 or 60 points. It's just a certain way those points have to come, though. The ball has to be moved. The players have to be moving. Guys have to be engaged. I don't really see that with Milwaukee. It's Giannis creates everything and everybody else chill. And what I was hoping with Drew Holiday coming in, I was hoping that they let Drew Holiday do what he does best, and it'll take some pressure off of Giannis. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. So they don't do it consistent enough for me to look at them as a real threat.
There's nobody in the East. There's just not enough bullets in the gun. They walk in the building. Brooklyn walk in the building knowing if they got Harden, Irving, and KD, we got 85 points.
Yeah. Hell, it might be 100.
We got 85.
It
We
might
just-
be 100.
And it's just a matter of do we find another 30?
Man, the way Jeff Green, listen, MJ, I know you don't like this. Imagine the fact that Jeff Green's getting 10 points a game, 10, 11 points a game, and all 10, 11 of them are felt.
Jeff Green playing like he went plant-based.
Plant-based,
He
yeah.
I think he went plant-based because you cannot be
like
that old and still play that young.
he
with
a
all
dunk
those
on
years of
he a
playing.
dunk
I mean,
on
Chris,
you quickly.
I'm joking about this, but being facetious as well. But Chris Paul actually did go plant-based. Why you think he acted the fool this way? He actually is going
He did.
plant-based.
He is a plant based. He got that from DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah. See?
And DeAndre Jordan, by the way, the same DeAndre Jordan that everybody said was he actually did a very good job of keeping Giannis out of the paint for the most part while he played. And we talking about a center being able to check Giannis and KD coming over from the weak side to help.
I mean, if we just look at Brooklyn, let's just keep it a buck and a 50, with the exception of about a couple of games in which they laid an egg. You have to play absolutely out of your mind
And that's the point.
to be within a last-second shot by Harden, Kyrie, or KD.
It's terrible. Terrible.
So if they miss, you still win, but is it a win?
Not really.
I used to play my homie Anthony McBride in 2K. This motherfucker was like a wizard at the game. He would get Kobe and do whatever he want. And if Kobe ever missed, when I did get him to miss, Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum would get the rebound. I used to be mentally and physically exhausted playing him. And I would play perfect because he knew how to foul and reach without them calling it. He knew every trick possible. He knew all of it.
Hey man, how you get physically exhausted on the sticks though?
Bruh!
Pride.
Imagine you having to
Pride.
push
You
the button
doing all
perfect.
that stuff trying to stop somebody, and then
It ain't even to stop it. I
Yo,
know I ain't gonna
pride,
stop him. It's about me trying not to miss a shot because I can't afford to.
you can't afford to.
And I can't go in the paint because them two dudes go block my shot every time. And Lamar Odom 16 himself. So I'm hitting mid-ranges. I gotta beat him just only shooting mid-ranges and threes. That's
Hey, man,
exhausting.
And you
You
gotta
bet.
play perfect.
Your man petty as hell for playing with that Lakers team that won 65 games.
Oh
to
yeah,
get it.
like
I'm
no,
just
this
saying.
is what he did me real dirty. He started playing with the OKC team with Harden coming off the bench, and Harden was worse than Kobe because Harden would finish the and runs. So all the stuff he was doing to be with Kobe, he ended up doing with Harden, and Harden coming off the bench. So he got KD as his third option because Westbrook would just come down and just dunk on me,
Man, I hated that team.
bruh.
I hated it. That 12 team Oklahoma City, man.
Y'all know who I used to use too?
Who was that?
You want to know who I used to use?
Who you
The
use?
Hawks.
They
Yeah.
was all
Oh, you had Joe
Joe Johnson,
Johnson.
Horford,
Horford,
Johnny Smith.
That was my
Smith.
team. That was my team.
Right, Al
Corver,
Yeah,
Horford.
that's who I was using against
and
Yeah,
them.
the
Teague.
link.
Was that Teague? That was Teague at the point.
Team,
You had a bunch
I
of
sometimes
dudes.
took him out for Crawford,
You had a bunch of dudes that was long. They could put the ball on the deck.
but I had to
Really?
play absolutely perfect
Yeah, been perfect.
just
Yeah.
just for him to have a last second shot by Kobe.
Man, Steph giving these folks.
I seen that. Like, yeah, he a whole cheat code out here, man.
He got another he got 41.
Got 41, yo.
Leave that man alone, man. Y'all gotta grow to like dude, man. Stop disliking.
No, don't like him. Keep not liking him. So we
Keep
can
not
seeing
liking
this. Yeah, so we can keep seeing this onslaught. I personally enjoy pissed off Kirk. This is great for me. This is great entertainment.
They need to stop, man. I'm on the good side, people. Them two tell you they on the bad side. I'm trying to keep y'all right, man.
Hey, Trav,
I'm on the good side.
All you can do for these people is make sure that they drink their alkaline water.
They don't want
Make
to
sure they
believe.
hydrate. You know,
What my guy, what my guy ARP said on the battle with Hitman and Cassidy. Do you believe? Do y'all believe? Y'all don't believe. I'm trying to keep y'all on the good side. We even made good
He
remarks.
about to lead the league.
Westbrook.
He about to lead the league in scoring.
Again.
in under 35 minutes of action.
I mean, I'm just saying the body is 70% water. You might as well fill it up with alcohol. That's all. That's all
Al
I'm saying.
K, that's our man MJ, aka Al Kaline.
Hey man,
Line.
I'm on this. I'm on this until I get some Ham's gas package,
Hey man,
and that's still from the earth. So I'm still on. I'm still
I'm
10
a-
tones
I'm-
down.
I'm gonna put the picture in the inbox and let y'all see what this next match is being infused with. It's real
I already
ridiculous.
seen it. Hey, all
No,
I gave was the Hardy.
it's it's the reason why I'm over here yawning like I've been up since 3 a.m. too. But
Yeah,
at
that
the
doesn't
same
help.
time, no, it don't help matters at all. But at the same time, oh Jesus.
So look, we're gonna wrap it up. We've been at, we had been at it almost an hour and a half. About
We
an hour.
always get y'all bonus on Monday. We're gonna start charging y'all for what they did to the
So,
Cold Crusher. We the
again,
Cold Crusher.
Freestyle Friday, another Freestyle Monday, Freestyle Friday, and then 2 weeks from tonight, the playoff preview show.
Hey,
So I know we had Barry, Coach Barry, Nick, I got Keyline, some of the scene crew. Y'all are gonna be on with us.
So that's week after. So that's week
Two
after
weeks
next.
March
Y'all know who we need
17th.
to get on. Y'all know who we need to get on if we can. We need to get
Who?
our boy. We need to get our boy Jers on.
Yeah, we're gonna put the call out. We're gonna put the call out for
Cool.
2 weeks from tonight. The
Cool.
playoff preview show, a cast of thousands, hopefully, talking the series. But yeah, we freestyling it these next 2 weeks because we don't know. There are so many combinations with the scenes, with the matchup. We
And that's the 17th. Am I correct on that?
17th
Hey.
because the regular season ends on the 16th.
hey, did y'all see that post about Kendrick Perkins talk about CP3 needs to be the MVP? I'm tired of being early on shit.
We're
Y'all
gonna
better start listening to us.
we're gonna address that. We're gonna address that.
We will
We've been,
address it.
we've been told y'all that. Well, I'm telling you, y'all got to rock with
Oh,
us.
snap. Hey, y'all, guess what happened?
Wow.
Draymond made a layup. Oh,
Hey,
I just seen Draymond do a fake and a dunk too. Like,
it's over with. Cut this off. I'm done.
Draymond made a layup.
Shout out to my man.
Reverse, clean.
Shout out to Lonzo Ball for being 3 for 18 on the evening, though. I'm just saying.
Oh yikes! Hey, I thought it was a real news game. This man said Draymond.
hey, man.
Draymond made a layup.
After that, he made it, and he had a little reverse with the joint too. You know,
It was like a reverse. A little saucy too.
Oh,
Saucy.
Hey,
what's that?
hey,
What's that? Like 1 for 3 from the field?
He got 10 points
I
tonight.
just need for people to
I don't
make
know
me
what's going
understand
on.
this. How is Golden State doing this with Klay Thompson's replica? Like that dude looked like diet Klay Thompson, and they got him playing power forward. He looked like Klay Thompson. This ain't no light skinned people looking like Joe. Because I'm light skinned. So I wouldn't even go there. He looked like Klay Thompson. Toscano, ain't that his name?
Uh-huh.
That boy looks
That's
just
my
like
guy,
Klay
man. I love Toscano, man. I like this cat, man. I like that
That's
player,
crazy.
man. But
He
Curry
had
got
That's what they need to
41.
start doing. Is have dudes that look.
Curry got 41, 7 and 3 in 35 minutes.
Well,
I mean, he mastered the art of managing the game and being able to get the space he needs and the shots he needs when to get them and when he feels the flow of the rhythm. I mean, once you unlock the matrix, you don't got to dodge more bullets no more.
yeah.
He's
So
clearly at the stage which he ain't dodging bullets, boy. He just say no.
So this Friday, Freestyle Friday, Friday fun. I think we're gonna get into some of the more off the beat stuff in the league. We might talk about some of these bad teams. Because the bad teams, the Airbnbs are being rented, Expedia deals, folks trying to get to Tulum for Memorial Day. So maybe on Friday we'll spend a little time on some of these bad teams. Not too much time because we don't want to bring the energy down too bad. Trying to fix them up a little bit. Shout out to my man MJ coming through. Alkaline Al. MJ, you gotta change your caption to Al Kaline. By the way,
Yeah, I
from
do.
now on, no more Myron Jenkins. You're Al Kaline.
I'll be Al Kaline with a side of gas.
Al K. That's right.
Boy.
Germ in the building, Ham in the building, Trav, 94 Feet of Life is a Facebook group, Scene Family. Follow us everywhere. I think we might kick it a little bit off camera for a little while. We may clue y'all in on what we do behind the scenes. Basketball for the people, by the people, signing out.